when the Wall Street Journal, when these other outlets write these stories, reblog these stories saying that YouTube is running content on white supremacist and terrorist content, it makes them look bad. It threatens their bottom line. How's it going, everybody? Today, we're gonna do a video talking about social media again. You know, I like to talk about the economics, the policy of YouTube. Demonetization has affected creators far and wide. Censorship has affected creators far and wide. Some people say that demonetization is a form of censorship. And this video is going to be about how YouTube manually reviewed a video and confirmed it, okay? A video that was demonetized, YouTube manually reviewed this, meaning somebody actually watched the video and reinstated a highly offensive video about a tragedy. And before I get into all that, I need to lay down some backstory for you. So you may remember a few weeks ago, Casey Neistat made a video where he wanted to raise money for the victims of the Las Vegas shooting. The idea was he would talk about the tragedy, and all of the ad revenue made off of that video would be donated. He also set up a GoFundMe. And the controversy started when YouTube demonetized the video. Casey tweeted about it, saying that this isn't about the incident, it's more about helping the victims. And YouTube responded that they love what you're doing trying to help, but that it's their policy not to monetize tragedies. Now this is important backstory, but chronologically, we'll move forward a little bit. Now there's a channel on YouTube by the name of Monkey Jones, and this is a character who makes satirical videos, commentary, and it's a bit comedic, a bit snarky. And it has like an overlap with a lot of 4chan anime culture stuff. And in some ways the channel's very funny, but to a lot of people I'd imagine the channel's very offensive. It's my understanding that at some point Monkey actually had his channel taken down for some of the videos that were deemed offensive. In one of his videos, where he talks about when you get a decent amount of subscribers, companies hit you up and they say like, hey, you know, wear our gear or review our product. He talks about how these companies should not be coming at him for endorsements, because in this video he actually says that he believes Hitler didn't do anything wrong.
Hey, that's fine by me. I am proud to announce that I, Monkey Jones, think that Hitler literally did nothing wrong, and also that I'm an official associate of EternalGeeks.com.
He goes on to say that he denies the Holocaust. And this video is running a ton of advertisements, no problem. Okay, so we know that YouTube can't police every single video. There are simply way too many videos that get uploaded every single minute of every single day for them to stop videos where you have this kind of offensive content. And in YouTube's defense a bit, the video was titled something about, you know, an anime company making a mistake, having nothing to do with his views on World War II or this seemingly, or I should say, this very offensive statement. So these videos were monetized. But here's where it gets interesting. Monkey made a video where he points out how people send him these personality quizzes. You take a quiz, it asks you a little bit about yourself, and then says, like, ooh, what Buffy the Vampire Slayer character are you? Well, in one of his videos, he takes a test called Which Columbine Victim Are You?
A few days ago, somebody sent me a quiz called Which Columbine Victim Are You? And in case you don't know what Columbine is because you're 13, it was a school shooting in the late 90s and it was a pretty big fucking deal.
Sure enough, he finds his video is demonetized. And you can go to his channel, check out his video on this. I want to do like a broader look at what happened, but here's where it gets interesting. Monkey submits this video for manual review, asking YouTube to actually watch the video and confirm if it is okay for all advertisers. Again, this is a video about which Columbine shooting victim you are. If for some reason you're not familiar with the Columbine shooting, it was a school shooting, it was a big deal. Michael Moore made a documentary about it. Sure enough, after manually reviewing the video, YouTube approved it.
And then yesterday, I get this email. Great news! After manually reviewing your video, we've determined that it is suitable for all advertisers. What Columbine victim is the monkey? Thanks, the YouTube team. Huh.
Where does this leave us? Well, Casey Neistat, who is high profile, has a huge channel with millions, 8 million subscribers, can't raise money for the Las Vegas shooting victims because YouTube says they don't monetize tragedies. But they manually reviewed Monkey's video, and he's essentially mocking the victims of Columbine. And they say that's okay. So either YouTube is absolutely inept, they're not good in any way at what they're doing with this demonetization stuff. They don't think Columbine was a tragedy, or whoever manually reviewed it at least doesn't. Or, and this is my personal view, it's all about public relations. Because Columbine happened so long ago, they don't care. The only reason these certain videos right now are getting demonetized are because YouTube is trying to pay attention to news outlets like the Wall Street Journal. If you're not familiar with the whole demonetization thing, this all started, or at least it started to gain notoriety when the Wall Street Journal accused YouTube of running ads alongside extremist content. In my opinion, YouTube is only demonetizing things that might make them look bad. And in this instance, it makes them look bad. But I don't think they care because Columbine was so long ago. Now there's good news for YouTube creators, and like people like me who, rely on income from YouTube. And it's that YouTube has rolled out an update to its algorithm that's going to fix some of the demonetization problems. So a lot of videos that should not be demonetized get demonetized. Take for instance, every video that I've done in the past week has started demonetized, which is really frustrating because it basically slashes your entire income for that video. I made a video about Paul Manafort being indicted, which was a huge worldwide trend, #1 worldwide trend, and my video was just me talking about what happened. Demonetized. Yeah, seriously. So this is good news. Now there's a statement from YouTube, and they said, there will be a 30% reduction in the number of videos receiving limited ads as they move to being fully monetized. In other words, millions more videos will become fully monetized. Now, I've been very critical about YouTube because of the demonetization. Many independent news creators are in serious trouble because they can't make money off of YouTube. Even talking about breaking news, and YouTube will take the ads off your channel. Now, I don't blame YouTube entirely for the demonetization. I think it's a complicated problem. I think YouTube's still a really great place, and it's a great opportunity for so many people. But keep in mind, YouTube is losing money too. It was reported earlier this year that analysts predict the YouTube advertiser boycott will cost Google $750 million. YouTube is already a loss for Google. They lose money on YouTube. And now with advertisers pulling out or threatening YouTube, they're losing ad dollars. And then when YouTube demonetizes videos, they're not going to make money off those videos, but they're still paying for those videos to exist. So YouTube's in a tight spot as well. And there needs to be a better solution for this. But I think the point of this video and what we discovered is that what YouTube claims to be doing is absolutely inconsistent. The fact that they will monetize by manual review a video about the Columbine shooting, but they'll demonetize Casey Neistat. His video about raising money for Las Vegas shows there's something else going on here. And personally, I think it's really about public relations. When the Wall Street Journal, when these other outlets write these stories, reblog these stories saying that YouTube is running content on white supremacist and terrorist content, it makes them look bad. It threatens their bottom line. But Columbine was a long time ago. So I guess they just don't care. Now I know there's a lot of things in this world to talk about, especially today. There's a lot of news, like Donna Brazil, for instance, and what she wrote about the DNC. But the reason I talk about YouTube demonetization is that this is the front line for independent journalism, particularly on YouTube. The core of my work exists on YouTube, and then Twitter, and then Facebook. And if YouTube can't get their act together, we're in trouble. So calling out YouTube for these mistakes, for the hypocrisy, is important if we want to make sure the platform survives. It's important to call out demonetization because individual creators will not be able to survive without access to income. I know YouTube doesn't have to do anyone any favors. It is entirely their right to tell you you can or cannot have ads on your videos. But what we're looking for here is a little consistency, and we're just not getting it. So comment below and let me know what you think. You can follow me on Twitter @TimCast. If you want to support my work, go to timcast.com/donate. Give whatever you'd like, or give nothing at all. My videos are always free and available every day at 4 p.m. And stay tuned for breaking news and live streams from around the world. I don't know what the big plan is. There's a big conspiracy theory about November 4th and this mass Antifa uprising. And while we know there is going to be a really large protest, I should say, we know there's going to be protests around the country. We don't know if there's going to be massive protests in any one location. And keep in mind that November the 5th is traditionally a very large anonymous or left-wing protest. So this all seems a little confusing. But stay tuned, because I will be here covering it. I'll try and figure out what the hell's going on, and I will bring you that information right here on my YouTube channel. So subscribe if you have not already, and follow me on Twitter for breaking news, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m.